By the end of this lesson, Keeper Sola ceremony still opens exactly as it did in episode 5, but the 3 cards no longer own creature facts. Bramblebud, Lanternkip, and Rillfin load their names, affinities, resolve, guard, speed, colors, and field notes from typed Godot resources. We will prove the connection by changing one resource value, reopening the ceremony, seeing the card update, and restoring the tested value. We will also run a real content validator that checks all 3 species and their move references. One important limit: the move names do not appear on these cards yet, and no starter choice is saved in this episode. This is episode 6 of Build a Battle Monster Adventure with Godot and AI. Start from your completed episode 5 folder, glimmergrove_05_bond_house. If your version is not working, use the episode 5 recovery zip linked below. Extract the entire folder and import project.godot through Godot's project manager. Do not merge individual files into a different project. This lesson uses Godot version 4.7.1 stable. Keep episode 5 intact so you can always return to the last proven ceremony if a resource path or script change goes wrong. Today we build data ownership, not battle rules. An affinity is Glimmer Grove's original broad-style label: Grove, Ember, Tide, or Neutral. A catalog loads content files and finds them by stable internal id. Validation checks assumptions and reports specific repair messages before bad data becomes a mysterious gameplay bug. The non-goals matter. We will not commit a starter, create current health, calculate attacks, or hard-code a branch for each species. Creature species will describe shared facts. A future runtime creature will own changing facts such as remaining resolve. Keeping those responsibilities separate is what makes new creatures easy to add later. Close Godot before copying. In File Explorer, duplicate the entire episode 5 project folder. Rename the copy glimmergrove_ch06_creature_data. Open Godot's project manager. Choose Import. Browse into the copy. Select project.godot. And confirm the path points to Chapter 6. Run the project once. Enter the bond house. Speak with Keeper Sola. Inspect one card. Choose Decide later. And confirm movement returns. This baseline test is not busy work. If it fails now, repair episode 5 before adding resource code. Save nothing new until the existing conversation, modal focus, cancel root, and door transition all work in the copied folder. In Godot's file system doc, right-click the data folder, choose New Folder, type Moves, and press Enter. Right-click Data again, choose New Folder, type Creatures, and press Enter. You should now see res://data/moves and res://data/creatures. Next, expand scripts, right-click Data, choose New Script, and save move_data.gd. Set the template to empty. We are creating scripts under script/data and resource files under data. That split keeps behavior definitions separate from authored content. Pause and compare these exact paths before typing code. A folder named Move instead of Moves will make the catalog or drag and drop steps fail later. Open move_data.gd, type class name MoveData, then extends resource. Add exported fields for id, display name, affinity, power, and description exactly as shown. String name is used for stable internal IDs such as friendly_nudge, player, facing display names remain ordinary string values. Export range creates an inspector number field limited from 1 through 30, with steps of 1. Export multi-line gives the description a larger text box. Save now before adding validation. If Godot underlines MoveData in red, inspect the first 2 lines and confirm class name is at the top level with no indentation. Add the validate function below the exported fields. It creates a packed string array named problems. If id is empty, append moveId is empty. If the trim display name is empty, append a message that includes the id. If power is below 1, append a positive power message. Return the complete list. We intentionally report every problem instead of stopping at the first. A content author can repair several fields in one pass. Save the script and wait for Godot's background scan to finish. If MoveData does not appear when creating a resource, open the output panel and fix the first parse error here before clicking around elsewhere. In the File System dock, right-click Data/Moves and choose New, then Resource. Search for MoveData, select it, and choose Create. Save the resource as friendly_nudge.tres in the inspector. Set it to friendly_nudge. Display name to friendly nudge, affinity to neutral, power to 6, and description to a steady, dependable opening move. Press Ctrl+S. Internal IDs are lowercase with underscores because later comparisons are case-sensitive. Display names may use spaces and capitals because players read them. Do not create a generic resource and attach a script afterward. Choosing MoveData gives you the typed inspector fields immediately. Repeat the same right-click, New Resource, MoveData, Create, and save sequence 3 times. Bramble Bounce uses it Bramble_bounce. Grove Affinity, Power 8, and the description shown. Lantern Dash uses Lantern_dash, Ember Affinity, and Power 8. Rillspin uses Rill_spin, Tide Affinity, and Power 8. Friendly Nudge is the shared neutral move, while each starter will receive 1 affinity move. After saving all 4 files, click each resource in the File System dock and compare its ID, display name, affinity, power, and description against the table on screen. Repair spelling now. These IDs become stable references. Under script/data, create an empty script named creature_species.gd type class name creature species and extends resource. Preload move_data.gd as MoveData script. Add the fields in the first code card. ID, display name, affinity, base health, base power, base guard, base speed, is starter, starter order, color, available moves, and field note. Available moves is an array of MoveData script, not an untyped array. The game calls health resolve on screen, but base health is deliberately plain in code so a beginner can understand later calculations. Save after the fields before adding the validation loop. Add validate below the fields. Start another packed string array. Report an empty ID, an empty display name, and an empty available moves array. Then loop through every MoveData script reference. If a slot is null, append a missing move reference message that names the creature ID. Return all problems. This validates shared species data only. It does not store current, resolve, level, experience, or a player's chosen companion. Those values belong to runtime state in Episode 7. Save, wait for scanning, and confirm creature species appears in the new resource search. Fix script errors before making data files. Right-click Data/Creatures, choose New Resource, search Creature Species, choose Create, and save as 01_Bramblebud.tres. Fill only this first species before copying the pattern. Set ID Bramblebud. Display name Bramblebud. Affinity Grove. Base Health 34. Base Power 4. Base Guard 6. Base Speed 4. Is starter on. Starter Order 1. And color to a readable green X5CB86. Set field note to a patient limmerkin that carries a tiny garden on its shell. Press Ctrl+S. Then reselect the resource and verify every field remained populated. In Bramblebud's inspector, expand available moves. Set size to 2. 2-element rows appear. Drag friendly_nudge.tres from the file system dock into element 0. Drag bramble_bounce.tres into element 1. Both file names must be visible. An empty row displays angle bracket, empty angle bracket, and is not a valid move reference. Save. This drag and drop connection is why we created typed resources first. Bramblebud points to reusable move objects instead of copying move names and power into its own file. We will deliberately break this once later and let the validator explain the problem. Create an empty file at script/data/content_catalog.gd if you use an AI assistant. Allow it to edit only this file. Tell it to create a content catalog ref counted class for Godot version 4.7.1. Load only .tres files from data/creatures. Cast each file to creature species. Index non-null species with known empty IDs. Expose reload. Get creature, starter species, and validate, and sort starters by starter order. Forbid scene edits, UI edits, main edits, plugins, JSON, external databases, and generic frameworks. Also forbid duplicate id claims because this small checkpoint does not diagnose duplicates. Review the result against the next 3 cards. Type class name content catalog, extends ref counted, the explicit creature species preload, and the creature directory constant. Add the static dictionary and loaded flag. In reload, clear the dictionary. Ask directory access for files in the directory. Sort the file names. Skip every extension except TRES. Build a resource path, and load it as creature species script. Only add a non-null species whose id is not empty. Finally set loaded true. Static allows main to call the catalog without putting the node in a scene. Sorting file names makes loading predictable, but the ceremony order will still use the explicit starter order field rather than relying on file names. Add ensure loaded, get creature, and starter species. Ensure loaded calls reload only once. Get creature returns the dictionary value cast to creature species script. Starter species loops over catalog values, keeps only non-null entries with is starter enabled, and sorts the result with sort custom. The comparison returns true when the first starter order is less than the second. That explicit number gives content authors control over presentation without editing main or starter selection. Save this piece. A dictionary does not promise the ceremony order you want, so never delete the sort because it happened to work once on your computer. Add validate. Ensure the catalog is loaded. Report an empty catalog. Then loop through every index species. Append every problem returned by creature species validate. For each non-null move reference, call its validate function and append those messages too. Save. Be precise about this version's limit. A creature with an empty id is skipped before its own validator can report that exact field, and a duplicate id replaces an earlier dictionary entry without a duplicate specific message. Our later 3, starter count and order test usually exposes those mistakes in this fixed set. If a card is missing, inspect each resource manually instead of claiming the catalog diagnoses everything. Open StarterSelection.gd. Remove the temporary preview lines array from episode 5. Preload creature_species.gd and add a typed starters array. Keep the exact 3 button paths. Preview label path, cancel button path, ready connections, and canceled signal. Change present so it accepts an array of creature species script and duplicates that array into starters. The UI still owns presentation and focus. The species resources own creature facts. If there are fewer species than buttons, hide unused buttons rather than showing placeholders. Do not add a selected signal yet. Card activation remains preview only in this episode. Continue present with the loop shown. For every available species, make the button visible and format its text from display name, capitalized affinity, base health, base guard, and base speed. Lighten the resource color slightly and assign it to button modulate. Reset the preview label to the data-driven instruction. Make the panel visible and focus the first button. Update preview so it reads starter's index field note. Keep the existing index guard and cancel function. In starter_selection.tscn, change the 3 button text to choice 1, choice 2, and choice 3. Those neutral placeholders become visible failure signals if main does not pass data. Open main.gd, add 1 preload for content_catalog.gd with the other constants. At the beginning of ready, call ContentCatalog script.reload. Find the starter action branch in on dialog closed. Replace the no-argument-present call with StarterSelection.present. Passing ContentCatalog script.StarterSpecies. Main asks the catalog for starter content but never names Bramblebud, Lanternkip, or Rillfin. Save main.gd and the scene. This is the extensibility proof. Adding content happens in resource files and catalog discovery, not by growing a species-specific branch in the game's coordinator. Before making 2 more creatures, temporarily keep only Bramblebud in data/creatures. Press F5, enter the bondhouse, and speak with Sola. The ceremony should show 1 visible card and hide the other 2. The card must say Bramblebud, Grove Affinity, Resolve 34, Guard 6, and Speed 4. Activate it and confirm the Patient Glimmerkin field note appears. The moves are not displayed in this chapter, so verify both move slots in Bramblebud's inspector instead of claiming visible move proof. If choice 1 appears, inspect the catalog reload and main's present argument. If no card appears, inspect the id and is starter toggle. Create 02_Lanternkip.tres. Use id Lanternkip. Ember Affinity. Base Health 29. Base Power 6. Base Guard 3. Base Speed 7. Is starter on. Starter Order 2. Orange color near F57D40. Friendly Nudge in Element 0. Lantern Dash in Element 1. And a field note shown. Then create 03_Rillfin.tres with Tide Affinity. Health 3, Fun, Power 5, Guard 5, Speed 5. Starter Order 3, Blue near 458E0. Friendly Nudge. Rill Spin, and its field note. Save both and inspect every move slot before running. In the File System dock, right-click res:// choose New Folder, and name it Tests. Right-click Tests, choose New Script, set the template to empty, and say validate_content.gd. This script extends scene tree because it runs directly without a scene. Preload content catalog. In init, reload, collect catalog problems, and ask for starter species. Require exactly 3 starters. If there are 3, compare their IDs against Bramblebud, Lanternkip, and Rillfin in that order. If problems exist, push each one as an error and quit with code 1. Otherwise, print the exact pass line and quit with code 0. Here is the terminal route slowly. In Godot's file system dock, right-click res:// and choose Open in File Manager. File Explorer opens at the folder containing project.godot. Click the address bar, type PowerShell, and press Enter. A PowerShell window opens in that exact folder. In another Explorer window, open your Godot version 4.7.1 folder. Hold Shift, right-click Godot _5 4.7.1 stable Win64 console.exe, and choose Copy as Path. Return to PowerShell. Type an ampersand followed by 1 space. Paste the quoted path. Then add space dash dash path space dot space dash dash headless space dash dash script space res://tests/validate_content.gd. Press Enter. The file line should say pass, 3 ordered starter resources and their moves are valid. Then type $LOSTEXITCODE and press Enter. 0 means the script reported pass. 1 means it found at least 1 problem. Read the first red message, repair 1 field, save, and rerun the same command using the up arrow key. If PowerShell says the application path does not exist, recopy the console executable's path. If you skip the terminal route, record it as skipped, not passed, and complete the full visual play check manually. Automated evidence supplements the game window. It does not replace it. Let us make validation earn its place. Open Bramblebud's resource. Expand available moves and clear element 1 so it shows empty. Save. Rerun validate content. The command must fail with a message that Bramblebud has a missing move reference, and the exit code must be 1. Return to the inspector. Drag bramble_bounce.tres back into element 1. Save. And rerun. The pass line and exit code 0 must return. Change only one cause between runs. This failure proved the validator is reading the same authored resource graph the game will use, not a separate checklist disconnected from your content. Press F5 and complete the whole route. Speak with Sola. Confirm Bramblebud is first, Lanternkip second, and Rillfin third. Compare every displayed resolve, guard, and speed with its resource. Activate all 3 cards and match each field note. Confirm the green, orange, and blue presentation follows the resource colors. Choose Decide Later and verify movement returns. Now stop the game. Change Bramblebud base health from 34 to 35. Save, reopen the ceremony, and confirm the card says Resolve 35 without editing StarterSelection. Stop, restore base health to 34, save, and run once more. This is the episode's strongest ownership proof. If a card still says Choice 1, main did not call present with the catalog result, or a script has a parse error. If one card is missing, open that CreatureSpecies resource and check lowercase id, display name, is starter order, and both move slots. Remember that an empty id is skipped by this loader. If cards appear in the wrong order, repair starter order to 1, 2, and 3. Do not rely on dictionary order or file names. If every card is missing, inspect the output panel for the first error in MoveData, CreatureSpecies, or ContentCatalog. Repair the earliest evidence instead of adding fallback text to the UI. As a short extension exercise, duplicate friendly_nudge.tres. Rename the copytest_move.tres. Give it a unique lowercase id, a clear display name, positive power, affinity, and description. Assign it to one starter's element 1 and run the validator. It should pass because moves are content references. Then remove the temporary assignment. Restore the starter's tested affinity move. Delete the temporary resource and run validation again. This does not change battle rules because battle rules do not exist yet. It proves the project can accept new move content without changing CreatureSpecies or ContentCatalog code. Save every TRES file, script, and scene. Close Godot. Preserve the folder as glimmergrove_06_creature_data. Import that copy through Project Manager. Confirm its path. Run the validator. And inspect all 3 ceremony cards. The recovery zip and SH256 checksum are linked below. This episode ends with reusable species and move definitions, but no individual companion and no selected starter. In episode 7, one guarded card activation will create a runtime creature, place it in a small session-owned party, and show that party without moving data ownership back into the UI.